and welcome to our 10th session. And we'll be moving forward into chapter 9 of Genesis. And I think, as I mentioned in the last reading, I'm finding this really an enjoyable process. It's about 10 minutes a chapter and loaded with all kinds of interesting material. So let's go forward now into chapter 9. I'll put on the reading so you can go to the website or read from this page. Chapter 9. And the Lord blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother, I will require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of the Lord made he man. And you, be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And the Lord spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, Behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, shall all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be flood to destroy the earth. And the Lord said, This is the token of my covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and I shall be for a token in a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between the Lord and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And the Lord said unto Noah, This is the token of my covenant, which I have established between me and all flesh upon this earth. And the sons of Noah went forth of the ark, were Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be an husband, and he planted a vineyard. He drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was overcome within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without, and his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid them upon their shoulders, and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father, and the faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of the servants, shall he be up unto the brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord of Shem and Canaan shall be his servant. And God shall enlarge Japheth, and shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. And all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Wow, another loaded chapter. There are all these little nuggets in here that I find extremely interesting. So let's go back and take a look. I'll skip through it. Verse 1, there's the request for Noah and his sons to, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth. And I note here that it's replenish the earth. So we're really being reinforced that there was nothing here. Then in verse 2, it starts to introduce the idea of fear and dread of this happening again. And there's discussion about all things on the earth. Yeah. Where is it now where there's, chapter 3. Every moving thing thou shalt, that liveth shall be meat. This is in verse 3, for you. As the green herb have I given you. It says, every living thing shall be meat, even as the green herb. But then in verse 4 it says, but flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. So is this again stressing eating a vegetarian and not eating meat? I don't know. It'd be interesting to hear what other people think. And then it goes forward again, talking about multiplying, establishing. And then there was an interesting section here around verse 12. There's a whole series of verses about the covenant that the Lord made between him and the earth. And in reference to a token, the token of the covenant which I made between me and you. And basically, this is that there won't be another flood. In verse 13, there is a reference to a bow, and it says, I will set my bow in the cloud. Now, is that a bow and arrow? No, we'll see. Then it goes on talking about the covenant for quite some time. And in verse 18, it talks about the three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And then there's a interesting scenario that takes place starting in verse 20, where Noah plants a vineyard and starts to drink the wine, and he gets drunk and basically is uncovered in the tent. Now, a lot of people think that this is an indirect reference to Noah being intimate with some females. Just as in the earlier chapters, they don't come right out and say it, but they make a reference to it. In any event, Ham, the father of Canaan, saw that Noah was naked, and he got his other two brothers to cover him. And when Noah woke up and was sober, he didn't like that, and he knew what Ham had done, and he cursed Canaan. Now, it doesn't say he cursed Ham, but he cursed Canaan, which is the people of Ham, that they would become servants. That's a pretty heavy paragraph there. So he made the children of Ham, who lived in Canaan, people of Canaan, servants. And I don't see where this ended. In verse 27, there's a reference that the Lord will bless Japheth and shall dwell in his tent of Shem. So Shem and Japheth will be okay, but the people in Canaan will not. Don't really mention Ham there directly. Anyway, then it ends with talking about Noah living for 950 years. Quite a interesting chapter. So there's a couple things in there that I can see requiring follow-up, and I'm sure we'll get back to doing some follow-up on these. Okay, so we'll move forward to chapter 10 in the next reading. So until then, thank you very much for participating.